Hey guys, welcome back. Have another great test lined up for you. This of course is viewer suggested, and it is the egg test for our paint protection film, all of our 8 different films. Temperature is about 75 degrees, which is 24 degrees Celsius. And as you can see, right now I have it tipped on its side, and after we do the test, we're going to lay it backwards, kind of flat as a hood normally would be. So I have my wife and my daughter here to help us. You can see her hiding out behind the hood there. I'm going to take a dozen eggs, throw them at this hood, and let them sit for a day. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're going to look at it tomorrow around noon or so. So not quite 24 hours. That'd be the equivalent of basically you getting your car egged one evening, one afternoon, not realizing it till the next day. Now comes the fun part. We're going to take a dozen eggs, throw them at this hood. My daughter and my wife are here to help. I did have both of them mic'd up with my wireless mics, and the audio was not turned on, so I don't have any of that. So I'm doing my voiceover for this. I was trying not to do that. We're going to make sure we hit all 8 films, and then part of it that's not covered in the film, you're going to see that will get damaged by the egg, unfortunately, but that's why we have this test. So we're going to see how all of these films resist getting egged and sitting out in the sun. As I said, it's 75 degrees Fahrenheit out, which is 24 degrees Celsius. So it's cooled off a little bit. Not really our fall just yet, but I think we're getting there. I think the 100 degree, the 38, 39 degree days are about to the end of the season here. So you can see there all the egg is starting to run down the hood. What I'm doing is after we're done throwing all the eggs here, I'm going to lift it up, kind of rotate it back. And the reason we're going to do that is so it's more representative of a typical car hood. Of course, you would probably get the side of your vehicle egged as opposed to the hood, but this is what we have. This is what we're doing. So as I said earlier, my wife and my daughter are here to help. So they're going to rotate it back. We're going to let it sit here for an entire day. Once we come back, we'll see what it looks like. So here's just right after. You can get a good idea. Didn't remove any of the eggshells, didn't wipe it off, didn't touch it. It's just going to sit here flat, bake in the sun for a day. Over the next day, we had a very similar type of weather, just, partly cloudy, same temperature, 75 degrees, 23, 24 degrees Celsius. So here we are, nearly a day later, 20 hours later. You can see it is dried and baked onto that hood. So if you know anything about egg, it contains sulfur, which is an alkaline. So it's the opposite of where it's going to etch things. It's more going to do a lot of staining or just in general damage. So we're going to start by using our pressure washer here and just rinsing it off, nothing else, just rinsing really well. We're going to see if we see any damage to it, and we'll go from there, whether we're going to wash it or we'll see here. So one of the things that you'll see is the impact of the egg. It kind of creates a spiral shape where it hits the film. We'll look at that closely here under the light in a little bit, but my goal right here is to try to minimize the damage. So rinsing it off most likely isn't going to resolve everything. So rinsing and drying, let's take a look at the damage and see what things look like. Up close, we have on the left here Flexi Shield, and you can see that there's some staining that's going on there. Lumar and S-TEK as well. Expel. There's Premium Shield. I'm not seeing a standout per se right now, just from rinsing it. So Hexus up at the top, it kind of looks a lot worse than all the others in my opinion, but then again, so does the paint up there too. So let's go ahead and wash it one more time. My daughter's there helping me. So So there's 2 times. We'll actually wash it here. And then we'll go ahead and dry, rinse and dry, take another look, see what we have here. So it looks like we're making some progress as far as removing the staining just by washing it twice. You can see they're all still pretty worse for wear. And we'll do a summary at the end here where I go over each film very closely so we can make a decision on which one has fared the best against the egg test. Some of them you can actually see where the direct impact was from the egg strike. They all took some damage, it looks like. But yeah, if you look at Hexus appears to be the worst of them all as far as how it resisted the damage from the egg. So here we're going to wash it one more time. I guess 2 times. I can't remember how many times I washed it here until I'm back here editing it. And of course, rinse and dry. We'll take another look at it, see how things have held up, if we're getting rid of any more of the damage, or if it's staying the same here. Okay, after now 5 washes, well, a rinse and 4 washes, we'll call it 5, it's continuing to get better. I'm not going to polish this hood until the very end because I don't want to compromise the integrity of the film or anything like that yet. So remember, this film is 6 months old, sitting outside in the Texas summertime, springtime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you can see up close the areas where there's no film that it really has done quite a bit of damage to this paint. And of course, we're going to wash it another time, one last time here, see if we can get it any better, and then we're going to go inside and take a good look at it under the light. Really, this has done a whole lot more damage than I was expecting, so we'll get it under the light and take a look and really see. But wanted to introduce you to my 17-year-old African gray parrot, Wino. She's going to be the source of one of our next tests.
Come on, bird.
Come here, bird. Come here. And by that, of course, I mean the bird dropping test. So have a beautiful Ferrari 458 here this week that we're working on. And we're going to look at everything up close and personal here. So just under the regular LED shop lighting, you can see there is some damage, but so it shows up on camera here, I'm going to get my scan grip light out. And let's take a look. Flexi Shield WSH. You can see there is some damage to it. Come on, camera focus. So it has sustained damage. Lumar S-TEK also has a really good stain there that did not come out. And some of this may clear up on its own. We'll find out. You know, it's this hood after this, it's going right back outside. Expel Ultimate. You can see right there, there's where a direct impact of where the egg hit. That kind of spiral or spider look. That's pretty typical of what you see on a car that's been egged, and that is repairable. Under the dark part there, yeah, it's not as bad as some of the others. Premium Shield Elite Self-Healing. On the white, it actually doesn't look too bad. So that spot right there, that's where from the previous test we actually burned or melted the film, so we have to kind of ignore that. But it looks okay as far as stain resistance. There is a little bit. I think they've all had some. S-TEK Dino Shield also looks like it took some damage. There's a direct impact right there. You can see that it has not self-healed. Yeah, it looks okay, I suppose. I mean, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. 3M Pro V4. It looks also, there's a direct impact to that film right there. and in the black. It does have some scratches from the brush test that we did not too long ago that have not repaired itself. And Ceramic Pro Kavaka, it looks like it's got some marks on it and staining as well on the black. Yeah, it's got a lot of scratches on it from the brush test that it didn't survive there. But it's just, Ceramic Pro has not held up like I thought it would, or it basically hasn't held up like I thought it would so far. And Hexus, as I said earlier in the video, it really looks like it probably fared the worst as far as the stain resistance to the egg, the damage from the egg. So there we have it, guys. Tell me what you think. What do you think did the best? Here's what the paint looks like. It has no film on it, and you can see it has etched the clear. And up in the right corner there, or in the left corner, that was actually where my daughter hit the edge with the egg, and it wasn't quite a direct impact, but it was enough to take the paint off there. So, of course, all of these films did the job of protecting the paint. So kudos to the manufacturers for that, but it's, does the film survive? And some of these, as you can see, have survived better than the others. Maybe like on the stain resistance with the marker, they clear up on them by themselves. We'll find out with time. So lots of cool tests planned for this hood in the future, so stay tuned. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video, comment down below. Thanks again, guys, and we will talk to you soon.